Hello, my friend. Aaron Schlein here, and welcome to hour number 4 of this 24 hours of action. It is Saturday morning. It is 5:30 a.m., and we're ready for action. I got to say, though, 4:30 wake-up call on a Saturday feels quite a bit earlier than it does during the week. I don't know why. It just does. But here we are. I'm committed to this 24 hours of action, and even on Saturday, when the rest of my house is quiet and asleep, except for my dog and me, I'm going to be up. I'm going to be up here and delivering this content for you every day for this remaining 20 days. And like I said yesterday, if you would like to chat with me, to share a question or to share a story or a tactic that you've employed in your life when you've taken action to move towards a goal, I'd love to hear your story. I'd love for you to be able to take a minute and share on the podcast. If you head over to that homepage, 24 Hours of Action, there's a link straight to my calendar where you can book in for just a very brief chat one of these mornings over the next 20 days, bright and early, 5 a.m. Pacific time. I wanted to take a moment to give a quick shout out to my cousin, Robert McCoy, who joined me this morning on the Facebook and Instagram Live. It's been pointed out to me that I have been failing to give the shout outs that I've been promising, and that's absolutely true. I have been joined several times or by several people on the Instagram and Facebook Lives promising shout outs on the podcast and haven't followed through. So I'm going to be definitely making a point to do that much better in the future. Robert McCoy, thank you so much for joining me this morning. One more quick bit of business before I get to today's topic. I would absolutely appreciate if you would take a moment and to rate and review this podcast, 24 Hours of Action, on whatever platform you're listening on today. Just take a moment and give us a quick rating and review, and also subscribe to the podcast. Those things, the rating and review and the subscribing to the podcast, they really help the podcast gain visibility on the platforms, on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher Radio, Google Play, Podbean, TuneIn, go on and on. But the more people subscribe, the more people rate and review, the more often the podcast is shown in search results, and the wider we can spread this message of action. So, my friend, what is your number one goal? And just as importantly, who do you turn to for support in reaching that goal? Today's episode is all about community and surrounding yourself with like-minded people who can help you reach your goal and reach it faster. This is such a critical piece that I've unfortunately only sort of recently come to grips with, because for most of my life I turned to my friends and my family for support, regardless of what it was I was trying to do, regardless of what the goal is. And that really wasn't fair to me, and it wasn't fair to them either, because my family, my friends, they love me, they support me, but it doesn't mean they're always the right people to turn to for specific issues and for specific goals. So what I want to talk to you about today is the importance of building a community, and 2, specific tactics you can take to find that community, because we do live in this very exciting time in history where you can connect with anyone virtually on the planet and in a matter of seconds and get that community support that you need to move your goals forward. You don't have to look to your neighbors or your friends or your family. There are people everywhere, all over the planet, who think just like you, who have very similar goals, and who can help move you along. It's just a matter of finding those people. If you listen to my other podcast, Dramatic Travels, you know that I'm a huge advocate for youth travel. And this is just an example of a very specific group of people who really need each other and who really need support to move their goals along. And I'm talking about parents who are looking to travel with their kids, because I encourage parents, all demographics, all, age groups and financial situations to travel with their kids, to figure out a way to get their kids out into the world. And one thing I always stress is the importance of connecting with other like-minded parents for the support they need in achieving those elusive goals. Because life throws a lot of obstacles our way, and it's so easy to lose sight of these big goals, especially when they're not staying in the top of your mind, because this day-to-day life that just happens and sort of takes over your thoughts and consumes your thoughts. And things like travel, especially travel with your family, those goals and those thoughts really do get suppressed. And having that supportive community in place is absolutely critical in keeping travel top of mind, keeping those goals moving forward, and getting the feedback from people who share your values and share similar goals. It's all about finding your tribe. And I know that's kind of a catchphrase you hear these days, finding your tribe, but it's absolutely true, and it's absolutely critical. And without knowing you personally, without knowing your specific goals, I can say with a lot of confidence that somewhere out there is a community designed just for you and full of people who think the way you do and can help you move along the track on your specific goal, whatever that goal is. And I encourage you, get out there and find them, find that community and engage in that community, become a part of it and let it become a part of you. And this is where I come in as a support system for you. If you have trouble finding that community, whatever it is, whatever the goal is that you're trying to achieve, reach out to me and I'm going to do everything I can to help you find that community. And a little bit of extra credit reading today, if you'd like. There's a book by a gentleman named Napoleon Hill. The book is called Think and Grow Rich. And within this book, it's a wonderful, kind of mind-opening, eye-opening book, and I highly recommend you read the whole thing. But there's a principle within the book called the Mastermind Principle, and just do a little reading, a little research on that. You can Google Mastermind Principle, Google Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. In the book, they go into great detail, including scientific proof, really, that this idea of like-minded people working together towards a common goal, towards a common success, is scientifically proven to move the needle faster than simply working on your goal, toiling away by yourself without those like-minded people in your tribe. So I'm going to leave you on that note, my friend, and I want you to have a great Saturday, and certainly reach out to me anytime, Aaron@dramatictravels.com. I respond to all my email personally, and head over to 24hoursofaction.com. Get on that email list for behind-the-scenes look at the 24 Hours of Action podcast. And if you'd like to submit a topic for a future episode, that's the place to do it. Get on that email list, and you'll have a direct line to me. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun. We got 20 days left and really looking forward to it. Guys, have a great Saturday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.